Hello everyone, this is your teacher Julian Marin, and today we're going to review Martes de Prueba number 2 for the 9th grade in the year 2026. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start sharing my screen so we can give a look to the exercise we're going to solve. So the first thing, as I always suggest, is understanding what kind of exercise we're going to solve. Sometimes we find a text like the one that we have here in front, and we need to complete it with some words that are given. That is a different type of exercise from this one, even though that one also requires reading comprehension. This one specifically is a critical reading exercise. It's a reading comprehension exercise. So let's start. I'm going to increase a little bit. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Over here on the left, you can see on this column, you can see a long text. And from this information that is given here, we're going to be answering questions 21 to 25. Again, critical reading. Let's remember, this is about the information that is given explicitly and implicitly in the text, not about our beliefs, our previous knowledge, or our opinions. Okay, this is about the information that is given. So what we're going to do is that we're going to read it completely, and then we're going to evaluate each one of the questions and decide which will be the correct ones. Let's start. The Colosseum is an ancient stadium in the center of Rome. It is the greatest of its kind. It is very old. They started building it in the year 70. It took 10 years to build it. It is still around today. In ancient Rome, men fought each other in it. They fought against lions, tigers, and bears. It was dreadful, but most of the people loved it. As many as 80,000 Romans would pack inside to watch. These horrific events went on until 523. The Colosseum has been damaged many times over the years. It was struck by lightning in the year 217. This started a fire. Much of the Colosseum is made of stone, but the fire damaged the upper levels. They were made of wood. This damage took many years to repair. It was not finished until the year 240. The worst damage happened in 1349. A mighty earthquake shook Rome and the Colosseum. The south side of the building collapsed. The Romans of those days were not connected to the Colosseum. It had last been used as a castle. Before that, it was a graveyard. It has been hundreds of years since the games. The damage to the Colosseum was never repaired. Today, the Colosseum is one of Rome's most popular attractions. People from all over the world come to Italy to see it. The Pope leads a big march around it every Good Friday. It is a symbol that many know. It has even appeared on the back of a coin. I guess that makes it a symbol that many people want too. Okay, so that is the end of the text. A lot of information, so that is intentional. They give us a lot of information, and then they give us a short time to answer these 5 questions that we have here. So intentionally, because they want to confirm how much information we can retain and how much we could understand from the text without giving us the opportunity to go back and read again a paragraph or a segment of the text. So let's visualize question 21 and 22 and answer according to what we remember, right? Information we got. Question 21. Why did lightning affect the Colosseum structure so seriously? A, because at the time there were no firefighters. This was never mentioned. Never mentioned firefighters. B, because of the flammable materials of the upper levels. Yes, they're using other words, but yes, they mentioned that the materials in the upper levels, they were made of wood. Okay, so that was the flammable materials. So far, B is the best option. C, because later an earthquake made it impossible to repair it. Even though an earthquake is mentioned afterwards, this is not answering the question. It is just a distraction. The correct option will be option B. Let's see question 22. Who is one promoter of the Colosseum as an attraction to be visited nowadays? Okay, even though this is not merely touristic, it is true that it's mentioned that the Pope every Good Friday has a march there. It is more like a religious ceremony, right? But let's see the options. First, they say the Pope. Second, for B, they say the ancient Romans. Not possible because they're talking nowadays, and then the ancient Romans are already gone, right? So not a coherent option. C, the tourism companies. Touristic companies or tourism companies are never mentioned. So not a good option either. That is why the only correct option will be A. Okay, so with that, we have finished checking or selecting the options for questions 21 and 22. Let's visualize 23. Not possible to visualize both. Visualize both. So let's just focus on 23. Let's see. As time passed, the Romans have changed their point of view about the Colosseum. How does a modern Roman see it nowadays? Okay, let's see. A, for them, the Colosseum is as important as it was for first century Romans. Okay, different context, different uses. So definitely not a good option here. Okay, let's see B. The Colosseum is an important ruin for archaeologists. So even though this logically could be a good answer or good information, it is never mentioned in the text. So that is why I believe it's a distractor for people to go and answer because it's coherent, because it's logical, and because makes perfect sense. But remember, the questions need to be answered exclusively with the information that is given in the text. C, the Colosseum represents an important tourist attraction. This would be the correct answer because it is connected to the information and the message that is given in the text. Okay, so with that, we answer question 23. Let's give a look to 24. And yes, 25. We can see both here. 24. According to the article, it is possible to say that the fire that damaged the Colosseum, let's complete the phrase, was caused by criminal hands in the year 217. No criminal hands. It was mentioned it was natural cause. B, started after lightning struck the Colosseum. This is precisely the information that was given explicitly. But anyway, let's evaluate the final option. Was minor and didn't affect the structure at all. The opposite, it was a serious damage that took many years to repair. So the correct option here would be option B. Finally, we got question 25. How long did the construction of the Colosseum take? Okay, this is an information that was given also explicitly in paragraph 1. Options. A, Its construction took a decade. A decade, 10 years. That is the information that was given. But anyway, before we select, let's evaluate B and C. B, many years, starting from the year 70. No. And C, the construction took 70 years. So of course this 70 was mentioned, yes, but as a year, but that is why I believe it's just distraction, because it was explicitly mentioned that it took 10 years to be finished, to be constructed. So with this, we're finishing the review for Martes de Prueba number 2 for the grade, for the 9th grade, and in the year 2026. Thank you for watching. I will invite you please to like the video, subscribe to the channel, continue watching, and promote so other people can benefit from these reviews. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the future.